Fly on the Wall Productions, Facebook, YouTube. We're live on both, streamed everywhere you get your podcasts and on the web at airedoutvt.com. Very good Thursday evening. It is an absolute pleasure to have you on board with us. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks to our presenting sponsors. They're all right there in front of you. Without them, we wouldn't be doing it. So we love each and every one of you. Thank you ever so much, and our supporting sponsors as well. My name's J.D. Green. We're here on a Thursday night, which is a little bit of a, I think, a rare occurrence. Not to say that we've never done it before, and we will certainly continue to. But I have with me tonight in the studio 4 hooligans that have made their way into the studio. And guys, I got to tell you, the Donahue'S, we have been waiting for this for a very long time. Like Raylene and I have been saying for at least, 2 years, Raylene?
At least.
We got to get the Donahue'S in here, all 4 of them. And I think, Stephen, you were saying you'll be lucky if you get 2, but probably not 4 all at once.
Yeah, I didn't think Dad would come on, but we gotta.
He's
after
right next
the
to you.
year we had.
Is he hammered?
No, not tonight.
Sober as a clam.
Yeah.
Sober.
I'm not sure how it's possible, but listen, I think it's fantastic that you're here, John. Thank you so much, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. I'm so honored. Papa's laughing already. We haven't even started. Jesus. This is such a thrill and such an honor to have you in here. All 4 of you at once is absolutely amazing. I don't know that anybody's ever done this. Thanks to Raylene for making the phone calls and setting it up and, frankly, threatening you guys if you didn't come in here. But it is so. We got Brian Pellegrini, who's tuned in already. We got folks jumping on right here, right now. Where do we begin? Let's all 3 of us here talk about this kid down here at the end of the table with the hat on here. I mean, John, you go first. I mean, holy shit, what a season.
It's just been one of those good years. I mean, everything went perfectly all year long.
Very nice breakout season for little Irish here.
Yeah, well, everybody thinks he's still a kid, but he's been doing it since he was 10. So he's got 15 years behind the wheel.
So, I got in a lot of trouble for buying my little girl, who at the time I think was 7, a 50cc dirt bike. And, Raylene was like, what's the matter with you? There's something wrong with you. And I said to her, the Donahue'S would understand, and they would be okay with it.
Yeah. Like
nothing is wrong with that.
No, as long as you buy the safety stuff and, you can't put them in a bubble. Like
exactly.
Steven was on a 4-wheeler when he was 2.5.
That 4-wheeler didn't last more than a year or so. that one went tumbling down the hill.
Oh, my God.
We had a big backyard, and I plowed a big circle, and I'd set him in there, and he'd just drive around.
Wow.
It was like my little babysitter. I'd keep an eye on him while I was working on the race cars.
So long time before he ever got behind the wheel of a car, he was learning how to drive and to wreck.
Yeah, he's done a lot of that through the years.
This guy
he's still doing it.
You got a tough kid right here. I mean, first of all, that crash where he was upside down this summer, I would have been airlifted to Chicago, and I'd probably still be in the hospital for the hangnail. Yeah, I mean that was where were you?
I was home.
Were you watching this?
Nope, I was working on the car that he's running now because I was going to run it at Groveton that following day or Saturday, and I got a phone call from Quinny Welch asking how Steven was. I said, I don't have an idea.
God, are you kidding?
I'm home. Yeah, I never even saw it. I saw it, on phone, but I never saw it initially.
What did you do?
We got in the rig and we went down to Thunder Road and they already had him hauled up to the hospital. So we just went up there. Once we saw him, he was joking around, but
Yeah.
Needed a beer.
You know, he Stephen was on the air with us on Aired Out not long before that, and you said to me that your biggest fear was to get trapped in a car that's on fire.
Yeah, I think he jinxed me. I ended up doing it. So,
God, man. And you got out of there safely and quickly, and I mean, everyone was freaking out about that. Papa, where were you during that whole thing? Were you pounding shots?
I was right there at the racetrack. I thought for sure he was burning to death in there.
What did you do?
He couldn't do nothing. They wouldn't let you out there. They wouldn't, you sit there and hope and pray. And finally, they said he was out of the car, and it made me a little happier. But
Were you saw him on 2 feet? Were you trying to hop the fence?
oh yeah, they wouldn't let you go in at all.
Tell me, I'm so curious. Tell me about your wife. Where?
She don't go to the races down there. She's scared about that.
What's up with that? What's going on with that?
I don't know why Thunder Road. She'll go to other tracks, but not Thunder Road.
Okay.
she's actually raced too. She's
What?
raced too, yeah.
Yeah, she did once.
She's won.
At Bear Ridge.
What?
Bear Ridge. She raced once at Bear Ridge.
and powder puffs were they called back then?
Yeah,
it
Powder
was
puff division.
Chuck Beatty or Dan.
Dan's
Yeah.
car, I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And
Jane drove Dan's car.
she was out leading too, and she just started to slow down, and the car come by her. She just looked over and like nothing. She came
Signaled.
inside.
My God, that was obviously a very, very long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
And she said, "The hell with this! I'll let the boys do it."
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what she said.
So this is too. She gets too nerved up for this. She bites
Yeah,
all the fingernails off.
She does. It's
Wow.
like John when he gets nerved up when he first started racing. He didn't want to be out there either looking at him.
Yeah. What was it like? You said he was 10 years old. Stephen was 10.
When he started driving a front-wheel drive car. We did that for 2 years over in Groveton.
3. We had that green and white pile, and then we had the Brent Dragon looking
Yeah.
car
then
for that last year.
Tom Curley comes up to me. He goes, get him out of that front-wheel drive. It's going to teach him bad habits. Right from there, I just got rid of that car and started building a Tiger car.
It was supposed to be a learning car, and it ended up being my one and only Tiger car I had all the way through.
My God. Bill, tell me about you, man. You go back. What are we talking for you for the good, strong decade for you? Was it 90s? What was it?
When I started?
Yeah.
I think it was like 94.
Okay.
I bought a car for the Killer Bees back then. And then I had my brother get in it. It was 94. Yeah, 94. He ended up winning it, the mechanics race, whatever. Then I had a new chassis built by the same guy that built my father's last chassis,
Yeah.
Brent Hatch. And I started with that. I went out. I think I finished, I don't know, I was in the top 5 overall in points. Then I just got retarded, sold it to my brother.
Yeah.
I thought I needed a new one, and he went out and kicked my ass. He got Rookie of the Year. He went out and got his championships, and I just fought from there. But, yeah, then I got into a late model in 2001, 2002. I was done because I ran out of money, and
Yeah.
then Steven bought that late model, and I decided that was back in, 20?
No.
Your late model?
Oh, yeah. 2020 was that first new one that we got.
And I saw it, and I was like, I need one. So I had that one built, and now here Steven is running that one.
It's expensive
It is.
to do this. This is, some might say it's a hobby, but my God, I mean, this is, you can, all of you know this, you can get addicted to this stuff.
Yes.
That's because of him.
It's getting
Yeah, it's his fault.
a little more expensive now too than in the older days.
Yeah, right. Papa, so when were you running at Thunder Road? 70s?
Yeah.
74, 75, something like that.
Used to need a part or something, you go to a junkyard, get one, put it back on, go.
So this all kind of this is all your fault.
That's what they're blaming
Bill was
me
saying.
for.
100%.
Yeah, definitely blaming him.
But you know, when I was racing, they didn't really help me when I first started. They were more interested in women, so I had to wait for them to.
Understand? Yeah.
Yeah, we really didn't do a lot.
Then they
with
got
it.
into racing. They wanted me to help them all the time. See?
Oh.
Yeah.
So, how much money were you spending? Were you? I mean, it's different story
I
back
don't
then.
even think about it.
Yeah. So, none of your wives were aware of what you were spending. Maybe Dawn was. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
she takes care of everything.
My wife is fully aware of what we spent.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever get in a whole heap of trouble for that?
Oh yeah,
Did you ever
I
try-
still do.
Not me. Mine, I knows. That's all I want to do is race.
Yeah.
Pay the bills. The rest of it, we go play with.
Yeah.
Same with my daughter. She's got horses. That scares me.
She was on the air, you know.
Yes.
Yeah,
I heard that.
That's an expensive hobby too. Or
Yeah.
It's exciting for about 15 seconds. Then it's a lot of downtime till the next race.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
What-
about what it takes.
What do you what I want to ask each of you, and I've asked Stephen this in the past, I think a couple of times, but I want to hear from each of you. And Paul, we'll start with you. Tell me about your take with Tom Curley, how you felt about him, and what he taught you, or maybe didn't.
No, Tom Curley. Well, he was all right. You know, he did things the way he should have done it, and he didn't have friendships with different drivers. And no matter if you were a good driver or a bad driver, he treated everybody equal. And I mean, you get mad at him sometimes. Sometimes you think he's wrong, but you know, he run the place the way he should have been run.
Did you ever get upset with him?
Yes, I have.
Can you? That was a very quick yes. You didn't even have to think about it.
Well, one time I was in there and I had a thing, I don't know, won a race or something, and what he did, he disqualified me for something. I says to him, I think this is the only time I was upset with him, is I said, where is this in the rule book? It says this is wrong. And I said, I looked and I couldn't find it. He says, well, you didn't look far enough. So he goes open the last thing. He says, subject to change. He says, it just changed.
I was hoping that story was going to come up.
Yeah.
Did that boil up the blood pressure for you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Did you ever tell him to fly a kite?
No, I just went off. You know, you can't argue with him because he's not going to change his mind at all.
Yeah,
You know, that's one thing about him. He thinks he's right. He ain't changing.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
other than that, he was good. I liked him. He, you know, he treated everybody equal. That's what I liked about
Oh, wait a
him.
minute. Tom Curley was Irish.
Yeah.
Stubborn bastard.
Kind of like you, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think you're right. You ain't changing your mind either.
Yeah, that's true.
But even when he made a call,
I still thought
right
he
or
was
wrong,
He stuck with it.
he stuck with it, and then he'd come and say, yeah, I made a mistake. But when he made the decision,
He'd have to stand by it.
Yeah.
You'd have to.
Would he ever say, actually, I'm going to walk that back. I got to rethink this. I may have been wrong.
well, I don't know what he said up there, but if he made a mistake, like he did it with me once, because I made a bad call, and I apologize for that, but he stood by his decision then, because that's just the way he called it and the way he saw it.
When you're a race director, you're going to make a call for how you see it. And at that point in time, you can't go back and wait to look at it. So that's a hard part of doing a job
So that's
like
where
that.
I started respecting him, because he come down and told me he made the wrong decision, and
That's what I loved about him.
yeah.
Did you ever have any run-ins with him, Bill?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah. It's a love-hate relationship with me.
Yeah.
My mouth got me in trouble 99% of the time. For me. If I had just kept my mouth shut and did what I was supposed to do, I'd been all right. But
What happened? Could you tell us a particular Curly run-in?
Jumping up on somebody's car.
yeah, well, yeah, maybe.
You jumped up.
I was a little too aggressive back in the day.
Okay.
That got me into a lot of trouble. If I had just stuck to my racing program and and done what I was supposed to, I probably would have been a whole lot further ahead than I ended up. But
Okay.
you live and learn.
He got the Irish temper.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he got it.
Well, who's got the worst of the Irish tempers?
This guy, I think.
Yeah. That's what I
Yeah,
said.
definitely Bill.
That's what I said.
He's calmed down a
We
lot
got
lately.
3 out of
so
3 pointing to the right here.
In his
Sorry.
younger days, he was.
he's calmed down a lot more nowadays. But
Wow. What about you,
No,
John?
nobody
I was
fooled
the
with
quiet
him.
one.
But you've been hot under the collar a few times.
Yeah, I've run after a few cars,
Yeah.
but I mean, it takes me a lot longer to get there.
What are the highlights of your career?
The highlights.
Yes. I mean, you've won the Milk Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Won championships in the Tiger car. I won a lot of ACT races. Well, 4 of them. A lot of big races at Thunder Road.
Your series championships too. In the
Yeah,
Tigers.
yeah, back
Tigers.
when the Tigers used to have an actual tour back in the
Right.
day, like the late malls have now.
You
Yeah.
won
10
2
races.
of them, didn't you?
Yeah. No, one
One.
or two. I don't remember.
He got one of those, one at
Three
Grofton,
different
and 2
divisions
Thunder
there.
Roads.
Yeah,
That's
2
when
Thunder
I give you
Roads.
that car.
Yeah, 2000. We run Groveton, Airborne, and the tour.
Canaan.
Canaan, yeah.
Better memories out of the Tiger division than the late model division for you, you think, or not?
No, about the same. It's just been a lot of good nights. A lot of hard work, but, it pays off.
At the end of the day, you're tired. You've been working all day, and now you've got to go and work on this car until God knows what time. That takes a special something in your gut
Yeah,
to
well-
be able to do that.
My type of work, I go to work to relax. I drive, so then I get home, I'm rested. Work on the race car, then start all over again.
Damn.
A lot easier with the car being at home, where you can just go out into the garage and put it on it. It'll be easier once we got our lift up in my shop.
Is
It'll
that
be a lot
happening?
easier.
What's the status on that?
Yeah, it's going to be in it this winter. Got it all insulated Tuesday, so we got one more garage door to put up, and then it's electrical.
So you can turn wrenches in your T-shirt this winter?
Yeah.
Oh,
In his shop.
Yeah, in my shop with a lift instead of being on our
damn.
backs.
Wow. Papa, Stephen has said a few times with me, both on the air and off the air, that during a race or after a race, even if he's a little hot, that he listens to you probably more than anyone else for advice and to keep him cooled down. What is it about you that has such a profound impact on this youngster right here?
I don't know. I just I try to help him to make him. When I talk to him, I usually tell him what happens, what's right and what's wrong. When he does something wrong, I definitely tell him what he's doing wrong. And when he does something good, I definitely tell him, you did a great job. And sometimes he'll listen to me, sometimes he don't, but most of the time he does. And
Usually
that's
it's the
why
wall.
I appreciate him, and I really like him when he does something good.
Look at the.
And he knows it.
Do you ever disagree with? I mean, he
Oh,
just
yeah.
alluded that you have.
I disagree with him. Most of the time, it's when I'm getting too close to the wall. He always tell me he retired from spotting last year for me, but he'd always say, "You're getting awfully close to that wall again." And then I'd hit it. He's like, "You hit the damn wall again." I'm like, "Yeah, I just had to figure out where it is. I know."
Papa, how old are you now?
78.
You're 78 years old. You're no disrespect here, but your eyesight's good enough to watch these fools zipping
yeah.
around on this track.
I just wear glasses for reading.
Yeah. Wow. So you're seeing everything he's doing.
Oh yeah.
You.
But I don't. I didn't spot for him this year because I got hurt and I couldn't really walk up the thing there. I fell down and hurt my leg. So you get somebody else doing for this year.
How I know we're kind of all over the road here, but how long did you race for?
I only raced from I think early 70s to the late 80s.
86, wasn't it? 74 to 86.
Yeah, something like
About
that.
12 years.
What are some of your big wins, your big highlights?
Oh, I raced. When I raced, I was racing Thunder Road and Catamount up there. I race twice a week, and
That's
I
one
always
track I
like
was gonna race
Catamount
there.
better. It's a
Yeah,
better
me
track, a
too.
little bigger, and I enjoyed it up there more. It's harder to run Thunder Road, to get cars set up and stuff down there. But I just went out to have fun, enjoyed it. I didn't go out and make money, just enjoyed myself. And
And what kind of car were you running?
yeah, it was a Dodge
Dodge.
Challenger.
Challenger. One of them was a
Aspen.
Yeah, you had the
No.
Aspen was
Aspen.
the Aspen was the green and white one. That
And
one
I-
looked sweet.
I bought one off from
Bodine, wasn't it?
Bodine.
Kit car.
Yeah.
Yeah, kit car off
Jeff
Bodine.
Bodine. That run NASCAR.
Yeah.
Yeah, he built
Damn.
kit cars.
Where are these cars now? What happened to them? Where are they?
I don't know.
Paul
I had
Carey.
one of them I sold, and the guy up went to Canada or something and got in an accident and got on fire there.
Oh, Bob McCaskill.
Yeah,
yeah,
McCaskill.
Casco.
That was when
That
you
was
were
his
getting. I
age.
think-
Another one I had, I
That's
give
when
it
you
to
get done.
sold it to a guy that raced it over in Bear Ridge in dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Steven's not married yet.
No.
But for the three of you, have you ever? What are you laughing about, John? You better
It's a
buckle
matter
up.
of time. It's just the
Come
way
in.
it is.
Have any of the three of you ever hidden an actual car from your wife?
Yeah.
I think I know the answer to that one.
Bill, your hands in the air. One car or more than one?
One car.
One car. What was it?
It was the late model. When,
Oh, it was a race car.
yeah,
Okay.
a buddy of mine, Jesse Karras in Rutland, was selling his late model, and I called up my brother. I said, "Hey, you want to go in halves on this late model?"
See, that's the problem. Right
And he's
there.
like, "Sure, I'll come down and we'll look at it." And we bought it and loaded it up in a trailer, and we stopped at my house, and I went in the house and said, "Hey, honey, come check out what I just bought." It's been rough ever since.
About race cars.
Race car.
Oh, actually, my new car that I just bought too from that Stevens racing,
yeah.
that was under the rug till it had to come out.
I didn't know that one.
Oh yeah,
John's learned. So I mean, it's like, where would you hide it? Like in
My
someone's
house.
Yeah,
garage?
our place.
Okay. Holy shit! Jesus.
70 miles away.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Wow. And that's the problem. You guys get this itch, and you're like, you want to go in halvesies? You want to buy a quarter of this car? You want to what percentage of it?
Yeah.
Worked out good because here we are now.
Look
Still
at
got
this.
that motor too out of that,
Yeah.
and the rear end out of that car. We got a lot of pieces off that car still
Yeah.
running.
That's what's in that car you just
Yeah,
raced with.
the rear end's still in the new car.
Yeah,
You guys you have really created quite the legacy here for the Donahue'S. I mean, think about it. You're all sitting here at this table. You've all watched this young kid become king of the road and win the midseason championship double points night for the first time. What was that like for you, John, Dad?
I was a happy dad. I was really impressed. It was a good night. It's been a good year. But later in the year, like he was doing well in points, I wouldn't even go to the racetrack. I just get so wound up, anxiety.
Really?
Yeah. I'd sit home. I did for the championship night. I was home.
Really?
Yeah, you
Just too worked up?
he had me
He showed
call
up right when I got into the rec championship night.
I'm walking through the upper gate, and Bill calls me, Steven got in a wreck. I turn around and walk back out in the parking lot.
Really?
Just too nervous, anxiety, something.
Papa, what about you?
he gets carried away sometimes. There,
I saw an
if he
opening
just
for the
keeps
win
his
of the
son,
race.
He does what he's supposed to
It's
instead
my
of
fault,
getting
too.
wound up when somebody
Yeah.
hits him and stuff. No, he's starting to learn a lot better. That's why he did so good this year.
Riverside was a good time for you.
Yeah, I've liked going back to there. That's where I started. So to get a couple champions over there with Norm was extra special. And to top it off, Fallbro was really good. Really made Norm happy.
Just it's like honestly, Raylene, every time we get on Facebook, there's Stephen Donahue this summer. I mean, it's like, are you serious again? When is this going to be over? I mean, it's like constantly checkered flags for you, man. You're kicking ass.
Yeah, it was a great year. I think we ended up with 6 with a dwarf car win on this year, so it was a really good year.
6 total.
Yeah, 6 total wins with the 2 championships.
You said to me that you wanted so badly to win a Milk Bowl because your dad had won one.
Yeah.
What was it like, man? You had the 61st Vermont Milk Bowl. What was that experience like for you?
It was more of a...
You had to earn it, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, Nick Sweet was really, really fast.
Yes,
And
he was.
He helped us a lot with the car this year, and he actually helped us with an adjustment that day in the rear end that gave our car a lot more side bite, which really was beneficial to us. And he made us earn it for sure. And Chris Pelkey was really, really fast.
Pelkey was right there. Yeah.
I was just going to say,
we were
if
Scott,
3 of us.
Scott
were,
Dragon.
He wasn't so good Milk Bowl. He's been good all year though too. Him, Marcel Gravel was good at the Milk Bowl, and DJ Shaw actually was fast Milk Bowl, which surprised me. But with the 3 of us, we raced there all year, and all 3 of us are champions, and we know how to get around that track pretty well. So I mean, it was definitely a hard one to win with them 2.
And Brandon Lamphere, too.
Yeah, he's been pretty fast this year a lot too. He didn't have a lot of luck, had some bad luck through the year, but he was pretty quick.
Are you? Go ahead, Bill.
You know, Chris Pelkey, if he didn't get caught up in that last segment, it would have been a different. It would have been a lot tighter battle, I feel, because Pelkey was fast in that 3rd segment. He was fast.
Brooks Clark, Sean Swallow. These are all very, very, very talented drivers.
Yeah, he had a bad start right at the first segment. Brooks did.
Yeah, he got dumped or spun or something.
And one bad segment ruins the
Everything
whole,
for the Milk Bowl.
Yeah.
You
It
can't
just puts your
really-
chances that much farther to get it back.
People want it so badly. Did you say anything in your mind, Stephen, before the Milk Bowl of what if I don't win this? Am I going to be okay?
No, just I went in every segment just figuring I can only do what I can do, and we won the first one, and then we're good in the second one, and then we were pretty decent in the third. We put new rears on, didn't put a new right front on. It kind of hurt the turning a little bit, but just went into every segment, just can only control what I can control, and we were good enough to just barely squeak out the win. So,
And what was going through your mind, John, when you realized that Stephen had won the Milk Bowl?
I was gonna say you were there all day actually on the Milk
I
Bowl
watched
day.
it. I wasn't stressed out because it's just a normal race. Well, it's a big race, but it weren't like the championship. I've won the Milk Bowl, and I've never won a championship in the late model, so it's like I was hoping he was going to get that. The Milk Bowl, he got that. It was just a bonus. I just told him, go out and do what you do weekly. It's a 50-lap race. Just do what you usually do.
Have we had Bill, John, and Stephen on the track at the same time?
No, that's coming. Hopefully, Milk Bowl next year, we're going to have that ironed out. We were going to try and do it this year, but things kind of changed at the beginning of the season. So next year, we'll definitely have 3 cars to where all 3 of us should be able to
Play.
Yeah. Mike Leach is saying, Bill, please make a comeback.
I'm not. I just want to go have fun. I'm not going to race full time by any means. I can't. I don't have the time. Live in Rutland. I'd love to, but I just want to be able to go out and run with my brother and Steven and see what happens. That'd be
That's a whole separate ticket admission. Really?
the only thing that
I wonder
sucks
if there's
about
ever
that.
been
Though,
3 generations of the same family.
God. Papa, are you going to get in on this, or what's the
Oh,
deal?
I don't
I've
know.
tried getting him in the Tiger.
I don't know if they'd make me a car or not.
Yeah. Last time he raced, he won, but he got DQ'd, and he said he was all done after that. So
John's
My
car.
car. Tiger car.
Yep.
that was a joke.
Huh?
That was a joke.
What was it? He still won, in my eyes.
Oh yeah.
What?
He kept asking me to race. I said, well, I don't want to race up there.
You were 50 at the time, weren't you?
Yeah. And
You're 50 years old,
he
racing?
was racing up in Maine then.
Yeah.
So he kept saying, why don't you race up there? I said, there's a reason why you want me to do that. What is it? He said, well, if you go up there and win, you may have some money for me for tires.
Exactly.
John, I am going to be asking you what's it like to race on the same track at the same time with your son. But I have to just ask, I'm so curious, what happens with the Donahue'S after Steven kicks ass and gets king of the road, or wins the Milk Bowl, or wins at Rivers? What happens? Okay, so that's part of the answer right there. But are we back at someone's camper, or are we back at someone's house? What's happening?
Oh, Milk Bowl night?
Please tell me.
That's back at the campus.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we
Right after
camp
we
all
camp
the
up
big
top,
races.
and we just went up there, started drinking beers and relaxing and talking about the day. And a lot of Donnies were camping up top. People coming over the fire. Just
Yeah, Jason Pelkey camped next to us this past Milk Bowl. He had a blast with his girlfriend Molly, and
just sit down, relax. Had my dad's brother, Uncle Gary. He was cooking food. And
good old time. I got Monday off. My work gave me Monday off, so that was nice.
Good for you. You're carrying this for the rest of your life. You're going to carry this for the rest of your life. I mean, these memories, there may be none finer, except when you have your first kid. But outside of that, I mean, this is tremendous. Which the Donahue'S, my God, I mean, you guys are
something I'm going to remember for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what it's like to win a Milk Bowl, and you have a father who can literally say, I've done that.
I was going to say, I think we're one of only
amazing.
two other people. I think Beaver Dragon and Brent Dragon are the only two father-sons that have won a Milk Bowl, so it's pretty
That's
elite
pretty special.
company to be around.
Post race, while you're celebrating, are there any things that are running through your mind of while you're celebrating, of what you've done, maybe what you could have done better?
Not tore the car up so much, so we don't have so much work to do to get ready for the next race.
Stay off the wall.
Yeah, stay off the wall.
So I mean, seriously though, do everyone's celebrating, but who's critiquing you? Who's giving you any constructive criticism?
No one really did this year. Now that the race has been out, I went back and watched the race, and I screwed up in the second segment a couple times, and I hit the wall by myself in the third segment and almost threw it all away. So just not pushing so hard, especially with that little bit of time left. It was really trying to bring my temper back in and get calmed down enough to just kind of stay on point was the biggest thing. So I think I critique myself more, especially right after.
I'll ask all of you this. How difficult is it to keep your emotions in check, to be out there to drive competitively, but not drive with anger steering, but rather a level head where...
You don't ask me that.
It just
That probably depends on the situation.
And the spotter, too, will help calm you down. If you have a good spotter and talk to you, keep you calm, and knows you will, that helps out.
Seriously?
Yeah. Especially if you have a good bond with him, strong bond. Like Nick Sweet has his brother.
Who's your spotter?
PT, Jared Blakely.
Okay.
I've grown up with him since I
Mine
was like
was my
5.
father, so he could keep me pretty calm.
Yeah. Papa was my spotter before Jared, but
Wow.
Jared started with me a couple of years ago part-time, and now he was all year this year.
What would he say to you, John?
I don't remember, but when he speaks, I listen.
Always
So-
been that way?
Yes.
Really?
Just respect.
Massive amount of respect here.
Yeah.
And-
Just when he would tell you something, you
That's
listen.
where Steven gets it from. He was brought up by John,
yeah.
and that's why Papa and Steven are. It's the same as we are.
Irish. I mean, did the fist get flying at any point between the four? No.
No.
Wow.
Not between us, anyway.
No. No chairs smashing over each other.
No.
Bottles over the head.
Maybe me and Bill
Not
fought when
yet,
we were
but-
younger kids, but that's just kid things. But older, no.
Wow. Being on the same track with your son, I can't. I can't imagine what that would be like if I were to, get on a track with my kid, knowing that I'm going to be racing against my daughter, and I'm out to kick her ass. I mean, I just
I
what's
never
that
really.
like?
I never pay attention to who it is really. I just race the car that's in front of me. It's the way I've always done it.
You two hit what?
He's a pain in the
one
ass, is what he
Yeah.
is.
That's what I want to know. He says
He's a pain in the ass.
How so? How so?
Oh, we've wrecked with each other before.
You have.
Yeah,
I didn't give him an inch. Just, if I think it's my spot, it's mine.
Yeah.
John's always been the same.
Same
Yeah.
like with Nick Sweet.
I was
He
going to say,
didn't
that
like me
comes
on the
back
track
to
either.
you two when he bent Dave's
Been my
rear clip.
the son of a
Everybody's
bitch.
friends till
Yeah.
they get on the racetrack.
Yeah.
And some drivers you drive with way more respect because it's just the way it is. Other drivers, you're just a driver. For me, anyway, that's just the way I always drove.
So you guys have traded a good amount of paint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What happens afterwards?
we
No.
fix it.
We hollered and yelled and
No, yeah,
Oh, you-
I'm saying right after the race. Have you ever been in each other's faces?
Oh,
yeah.
Then we said we wanted to say, and then we picked up our stuff and we
It
went
was
down to the
over with.
campers and started drinking beer.
You don't say
Left it on the track.
you leave it on the track.
Well,
So
yeah.
you've never said that's it. You're grounded.
No. No.
Don't you dare talk to your father that way.
Well, he don't, but I'm just we holler and scream. But when I was even with my wife, we have your argument. Say what you want to say, then it's done with. I don't bring it up days later. We don't. It's the way we've always done it. Same
Wow.
with him. I say what I want to say, and then that's done.
Wow,
It's worked for me. So
wow, that's amazing.
That's the way it should be.
And I say you guys started the whole really got Ken Squire doing the Donahue thing when you guys were going for the championship that year. The
Both of them.
Donahue
In
brothers
2000,
like
yeah.
100-point lead over the rest of the field between the two of you.
We didn't even have to go to the last 3 races, I
Yeah.
don't believe. We still would have finished 1 and 2.
John stole it away from you.
He did, the son of a bitch.
He knew what he was doing when he bent that clip.
that was a great year for me.
One-
That was awesome.
He already won one, but he took the other one from you.
Although one of the best races I've ever had is when my brother won it, Cooper McCritchie was second, and I was third. Of course, Bill and Jane Lowry, we always grew up together, and that was just a very special moment for me.
Yeah.
When all 3 of us were in victory lane. That
I
was,
think Graham still has
that
that,
was cool.
paper cut out on
that
the
was
fridge.
awesome.
Bill, where were you when Steven was upside down with the fireworks show coming out of the?
I was
back
in
of his-
Rutland, down at my neighbor's house drinking beer, and it come across my phone. I think I called you, didn't I? I think I did call you and said, let's get my car ready for Steven for tomorrow.
yeah, well, I was already working.
No, I
on
called
it.
Nick Sweet, actually.
Okay.
I called Nick Sweet and asked him if he could help us. And Nick Sweet was there first thing in the morning.
Why weren't you guys saying to Steven, all right, enough's enough. You need to take a break tomorrow. You got a broken hand. You got burns. Stop it.
Yeah.
You can't change his mind when
Only-
it comes to racing.
I don't think he changed any one of our minds when
Only
it comes to racing.
only had to go over and make one lap, so that was the original plan. But they didn't really know that I was going to run the whole race.
Oh, you were complaining about lap 25, 30.
Yeah, I know, but when I was leading it, the pain didn't
Pain
hurt
went
so
away.
bad. I only had to do one lap, so we just had to go over and do that. But I wasn't planning on just doing one lap.
But the car was so damn good.
Yeah, the car was really good all day too. That made it a lot easier.
Let's throw some love at sponsors, and not just sponsors, but also people that have loved and supported you guys and stood behind you and had your back.
Me from the beginning is Bill and Jane Lowry. Do they still got your photo, your car down there in the?
Oh, yeah.
They were my sponsors too when I was racing.
And they still sponsor Steven.
Yeah,
They still sponsor.
I think that's
Yeah.
the longest going sponsor that this family's had.
Yeah,
was Bill
definitely.
and Jane Lowry.
I've had Kendall
That's back.
in Tiger days too. Kendall Roberts.
Yeah,
Then you got me into the late models, and then we had National Guard. But he's been with me for a long time.
Keep
Kendall
going.
and-
Keep
Kendall
going. I
and
want
his
to hear.
wife.
I want to hear all of this.
Oh, I got Bergamot and Moore came on this year. It was huge.
Yeah, that is.
They were huge this year.
They
and,
love you, man.
Yeah, they've been great to work with.
Just getting into it too.
Yeah, they just
That's the
barely,
best
this was
part.
their first year really going to Thunder Road and ever sponsoring a car. I mean, they're pretty young as a business, and they jumped right on, and they're all about it. They're a great sponsor.
Cheryl.
I'm not sure we enjoyed.
Yeah,
the-
my aunt Cheryl, Cohill Quick Stop, right above Thunder Road.
Yeah.
She's been ever since she bought the store, been sponsoring us. Norm Andrews with Andrews Excavation. that was a driver owner combination that a lot of people said was never going to make half a year, and next year we're going to be going into year 7. So that's been a really good. Him, Maria, Billy. That's been a really good partnership.
Who else? It's got to be
Kingsbury Construction, Sierra Barnaby Trucking, who I met actually driving dump truck with. God.
GD Machines.
GD Machines.
Yeah, Gary's been with us.
Prime Hair Design.
Gary's been with us since 95.
AB Excavation, Andy Benoit, and Morgan Benoit. We just had a lot of good sponsors. Eric Chase bought my first Hans device back when I was a kid driver.
Yeah, that's the first sponsorship. And he goes, "You need safety stuff?" And he bought 2 Hanses. One for you and one for me.
Yeah. We have been trying to get all 4 Donahue'S to share microphones with us at the same time. We've been trying for 2 years. It's finally happening, and it's right now. We have a caller who's on the line with us all the way from, is it North Carolina?
Dave.
Oh.
Yeah, it's North Carolina, all right. Salisbury, North Carolina.
What the hell's going on, Dave Moody?
I'm all right, fellas. I'm all right. When my pal JD told me who was coming on the show today, I wanted to play along, and I'm glad he gave me the opportunity to do it, even though you guys are making me feel powerfully old.
They're all right here, Dave. All of them. We've been chewing the fat here, man, and it's just throw these boys some love.
Well, it's a phenomenal thing. It's a phenomenal family, first and foremost, to be so devoted to those racetracks. Thunder Road, going back to Paul Catamount, and White Mountain and Riverside. You guys are awfully blessed to have 3 tracks up there like that. I know down here where I live, people would kill to have just one that runs as well as the tracks you guys frequent. And I'll tell you this, I don't mind feeling old, but I do kind of feel bad for the competition, too, because, Steven's just a trophy hog. The rest of the family share a little bit, but he doesn't share with anybody.
No, not lately.
Look at this breakout season for Little Irish here. My God, Dave.
Pretty phenomenal. You won a bunch of races this year, and about half of them were races that people try their whole career to win and usually don't. But I hope you take the time, and I know your family well enough to know that you will do this. Take the time to smell the roses and enjoy this a little bit, because man, it doesn't happen very often. It may never happen again. And if it never does, well, at least it happened this once, and you'll have this year to look back on. But I think you'll have a lot of trophies and a lot of wins still to come.
Dave, what do you remember from the early days of Stephen Donahue getting behind the wheel?
Well, heck, I remember Stephen Donahue when the only wheel he got behind was a pedal car. So the first time I saw Stephen at Thunder Road, I think he was in a baby carriage. I'm pretty sure he was. So, but you knew, right? You looked, and if you know anything about that family, you knew that eventually there was, the baby carriage would get replaced by a go-kart, and a go-kart would get replaced by a street stock, and then a Tiger, and then a late model. And you didn't have to be a genius to figure that out. But boy, he sure has done the family proud. That's for sure.
And Dave, you have been saying the words John Donahue for so long, for so many times.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if we did the math. I think I probably did. I think probably, John, I called more of your races than I did Paul's, but I bet it's close. And I got out of Dodge before Steven was doing a lot of racing, so I didn't call that many of his. But the entire family combined, I'm sure I'm in the dozens.
Oh yeah,
and it's been a lot of fun.
Dave, have you had a chance to see the 61st running of the Milk Bowl? But have you had a chance to see the photos afterwards of Steven drinking the milk and the look on his face right in front of Papa?
I loved it because the look on the face told me all I needed to know. He understood how big it was, how important it was, how days like that, the vast majority of racers never get to have a day like that. So yes, I keep JD. I keep pretty good track on the Old Nation side of excitement. I've got the Flow Racing deal, and there are very few Thursday nights that I'm not tuned in. I watch the Milk Bowl flag to flag, and so I don't miss much. I keep pretty good track of my old stomping grounds up there.
Did you get a chance to see the video of Steven going upside down with the fire coming out of the car?
Yeah, that wasn't my favorite. Probably yours either. Yeah, I'm sure. But when you race at Thunder Road, you know that there are going to be opportunities. As we used to say, there are going to be opportunities for inversion. Yeah. And that was, as the late Thomas Michael T-Bone Curley said, that was a quality crash.
Yes, that was quality.
That was a hell of a mark.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Dave, any memories that you have of any of these boys that you would love to share?
It all has come from a pretty common place, because you knew when Paul showed up, his car was going to look like $1 million, and it was going to run really, really well, and it was going to be a contender every single week. And those boys, the acorns didn't fall far from the tree, because they don't show up with race cars that look like a plastic bag full of walnuts. They're all good-looking cars. They've had the time put in on them during the week. You win on Thursday night, but you really win on Monday night and Tuesday night and Wednesday night in the shop. And the Donahue'S have always understood that as well as any. So it's just been a lot of fun. As old as I feel, it's a lot of fun to go back to Thunder Road, and I sit up there next to the Squires, and as the feature lineup rolls out, I'll go, called his dad's race, called his dad's race, called his dad's race. Oh, damn, called his grandfather's race. I mean, it's just that there are so many families up there that just keep that bloodline going, and it's really special.
If you get a chance, go back and listen to this episode, Dave, because I was asking John what it's like to, and Stephen, what it's like to race on the same track at the same time, father-son. And who was it else that has done that father-son team?
For the Milk Bowl?
Yeah.
Bobby Dragon, Scott Dragon raced together. Marcel and his father, Lil Marcel now, and his father have raced together, not at Thunder Road, but at Groveton. And Beaver and Brent have raced together. But I think Beaver and Brent both won the Milk Bowl.
Dave, what's it like to see these two guys out battling on the track? Don't give a shit that it's father-son relationship. They're out there for the checkers.
Oh, not only do they not care whether that's dad or son, you guys can attest to this. You probably race each other harder than you race anybody else.
Absolutely.
Don't you? You
That's
can probably
bragging
get
rights.
away with it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely harder. But
Yeah.
And we've never, I think we did sum up that we've never had Bill, John, and Steven on the track at the same time, all three of you.
No, but that's coming. That's definitely
That's
coming.
going to be
next year.
2024.
That's coming.
Lord.
That's coming in 2024, Moody.
Alert the authorities.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to come up for that one, Dave?
You let me know when it is, and I'll make every effort to be there. 'Cause that's, oh man, the race will be great. The fight might be even better.
My God. And let's all, Dave, and you were just on Aired Out not too long ago, giving kudos to Chris and Pat, but let's all do that because they've made some amazing improvements and some great strides up at Thunder Road.
Absolutely. Yeah. I actually went after the Milk Bowl. I went up to him and I shook his hand to Chris and told him, I said, "You've done amazing around here," and he has.
yeah,
I mean,
a lot of
the
work
whole
gone into
facility.
it. To me, the track's going to be around for a while, which I like because it's very close to home.
Yeah.
The track race surface hasn't really changed, and the wall don't really bother me at all. It's just the whole third turn.
Yeah.
It's all for the better.
It's nothing like I would have ever imagined Thunder Road going up to be. It's a lot nicer than I thought I would have expected. I still would miss Thunder Road without the wall, but I've come to still love Thunder Road with the wall that it has now. It's just all the concession stands and all that.
The spectator viewing is
Yeah, exactly. It's just
And the
so
booths,
nice.
everything
And
is-
The lighting.
The tailgating on the backstretch, them fans.
That's what
Mike
I like.
McCaskill was out there, Milk Boy. I think by the end of the day, he was beat red and hammer drunk. He was
Yeah.
having a great time.
Papa, what say you about the improvements up there?
Oh, it's amazing. It's just the new building they put up in there and the concession stands, and it's just amazing what that track looks like right now. The lights they put in there, and
Yeah.
Way better than I used to
oh, it's so much better.
Dave, what say you?
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. And, Stephen isn't old enough to remember this, but I know the boys are, and I darn sure know that Paul is. We remember when we thought we had lost our racetrack at the top of Quarry Hill, when it
Yes.
when it sat silent and vacant for the better part of 2 years, with trash gathering up on the fences and the grass 4 feet tall, and we thought we'd never see our racetrack again. And we were very, very fortunate to get it back. Ken Squire and Tom Curley found a way to get it back out of the hands of Tommy Calamiris. And boy, we've never looked back since. And I got to tell you, what Chris and Pat have done up there is just amazing. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention they can't do any of that without the support of those fans who fill up those grandstands every Thursday night.
No, exactly.
They do. Fans come in every week. It's just amazing.
And my biggest thing is Chris and Pat have kept that, all the Ken Squire traditions, all that Milk Bowl stuff. I know a lot of people hate pushing the car out, but I loved seeing it as a kid, and I love seeing the car get pushed out by the crew, and they all look nice and shiny, and they do all the bagpipes and everything. I love that they do all that stuff still. Porta potty, all of it. That's really special, especially when trading owners.
Dave, we were just go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, the thing that they understand that 95% of the promoters down here in the South don't understand is that no race fans means no race. Most of the tracks down here are run for the racers. It's time trials and heads-up starts and feature races that the leader doesn't pass a single car all night long. And, 25 minutes between the first heat and the second heat for no apparent reason whatsoever. If these people down here got one look at Thunder Road, they'd probably rebel. They'd never come back. And you guys you're so blessed up there to have what you have.
Well, our fans are very loyal, in my opinion.
Yeah, the
And that's
northern,
what's bringing it.
the Thunder Road fans are.
Yeah, the Thunder Road fans are very loyal.
That you raced at?
No, I think Dave showed up down there.
No, we saw Dave at Dillon this spring.
That's where I learned how them tracks were run down there. It's way different than I was ever used to up here.
Yeah.
Slow. The wrecks took forever to get them off the track. I mean, the whole show just took forever.
Yeah.
Yep. I had a promoter earlier this year tell me that, and this is back-to-back sentences. He said, "Oh, my fans don't care if we race till 3 o'clock in the morning. The longer the race goes, the better they like it." And then in the next sentence, he said, "But damn it, I can't get more than 800 people in here no matter what I do." Boy, what a mystery. What a mystery that must be.
Yeah.
Dave, if you had a dream of seeing Stephen Donahue literally shifting gears into the next chapter, the next stage, beyond where he is right now, what would it be? What would it look like? And would it be feasible?
Well, sure, it's feasible, but it's no different. Becoming a NASCAR Cup Series race car driver is really no different than batting cleanup in the major leagues or starting at quarterback in the National Football League. It's 1 out of 1,000 that make it. And Steven's got a ton of talent. There's no problem there. Whether the Donahue's can organize a bottle drive big enough to get him in here and pay the bills, I'm not. I mean, I know, Paul's got more money than he could possibly spend, but I don't know if he's going to. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed
Careful
to
now, careful.
I get it. But I guess what I'm slowly but surely coming around to here is, have a dream, have aspirations, go as far as you could possibly go. But enjoy every step on the ladder for what it is, too, because 1 out of 1,000,000 ever make it to the top. And a lot of people that used to love racing end up hating racing because they didn't get to where they thought they were going to go. Just enjoy what you're doing.
They look for the goal. They don't enjoy the ride trying to get there.
That's exactly right. Couldn't have said it better.
I think what we're saying, Dave, is can you pull any strings down there? let's just get right to it here.
If I could, and let's just be clear, I can. But if I could, I'd be charging people a lot of money per pull on the string for sure. I don't have Paul Donahue money, so you know.
Hey.
Dave, it is such a thrill to have you on with us. Do you guys have anything you want to say to Dave Moody?
Thank you for coming on. Yeah.
Thank you for
thanks
the
for coming
years.
on, Dave.
It's my pleasure.
It's always fun seeing you. Hopefully we'll
Come
see
back
you
up and
again.
see us here sometime.
I will. I keep telling Mashad if he would just get the Milk Bowl off Talladega weekend, I'd be there with
Right?
Milk
Yeah.
Bowl, but I can't seem to get him to do it.
Dave, thank you so much, buddy.
My pleasure, JD. Guys, congratulations. Great year. Good to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dave Moody, and he's just kicking ass too. I mean, look at Sirius Satellite Radio. I mean, my God. Jeez.
I'm happy for
I
him.
always like listening to him tell the races more than most of the other guys because he knows how
we're
to
used
call
to
a
it.
race really
We're
well.
used to him.
Yeah.
I love listening.
He makes
to
a story out
He
of
was
the
a
race
good-
way more than most announcers down there did. He knows like when he was up here, he knew the drivers and he could really call a race a lot, make
All
it a
the
lot more
nicknames.
exciting, even if the race wasn't all of that.
Yeah. I mean, to be a board op, to be pressing buttons back at the WDEV studio on a Thursday night, for me to hear Dave call a race, he could paint a picture on the radio.
Almost
actually
like you were there.
It was literally like you were there.
Yeah.
Just
Just
amazing.
knowing him made it that much better.
He was good.
Hey, Dave, if you're still with us, can you tell us a little bit about your podcast, about your show? I think we lost him. Yeah, we lost him. But Dave's just, I mean, my God, he's a legend. He's a legend. I mean, he's the best of the best. I mean, to think that that's come out of the hills of Vermont, that we have a caliber of talent like that. Yeah. You're not
Starting at
surprised.
Thunder Road,
No.
you know?
Not
Definitely
surprised
not surprised.
not surprised that he's doing what he's doing right now at all. I mean,
And he's
that
enjoying
good.
it. I think he's always like talking on the microphone.
Truly loves it. Would rather talk about that about racing than anything else.
That's good. You know, you can do something you love and enjoy it.
What do we want to do for next summer, guys? What's the plan? Are we talking about that?
Oh yeah, we're already starting on the
Yeah,
car.
we got one car stripped. We got the other car that's going to be coming apart, pretty much stripped here in the next week or so. And then we got a third car that we're going to be converting over. So
It never stops. You know, if you really enjoy it. For us, I don't. We just
plus Norm's stripping his car, so I got to go over there Saturday, and we're going to start stripping his car to get ready for next year. Easier to start early than to start last minute and then rush to get it done.
like we did this year.
Well, that was only for that race. That was Bill's fault.
I stayed in the trailer until 3 days before.
I know that was Bill's fault. I wanted to race, and Bill said, "Take the car."
I was drinking.
Yeah.
What say you?
How it all started was, you talking about how this started this year?
Yeah.
We were at my brother's party, and I'd up there drinking at his party, and I was just like, he ran so good the first race. Got into my head, I was like, him and Steven were sitting next to each other, so I walked up to him and said, let's run the full season. And then it just
Everything just clicked.
Snowball.
just went.
Fought power steering issues for the first 3 weeks. That sucked.
Yeah, that really sucked.
Is there anyone of the four of you that is more grounded, more calibrated with their way of thinking of, hey, maybe we should just slow down here for a second and think about this and make a better plan?
No, act now, think later.
That'd be John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's John.
John.
I might
John?
think about how we're going to get to the next race, but
They all
Yeah.
listen to him when they come around and get trouble. John, call John.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
John.
they do that when I'm not there.
That's why it sucks when he's not there. Because I don't like getting out of the car and having to think about what changes to make, because then I start overthinking everything. So it's easier just to relay information.
But if he's sharing the track with you, he can see what's going on with your car.
Yeah, probably if we race together, it'll be easier to, if I'm telling him what my car is doing, and then he can act the crew chief for my car, and if he tells me what his car is doing, I can focus on thinking of an adjustment for his car, and he can focus on thinking of an adjustment for my car, versus us trying to drive our own cars and try and think it instead of just...
Another huge success to this year is Shane and Nick Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing people.
Yeah. Nick's been on the air with us. Humble dude.
Yeah.
His father's amazing.
Every time
too.
I had a question, I would ask him, and he would tell me whether he doesn't like it now but I mean, he's always been honest with me.
Yeah.
And we got a Distance Racing Products built us a really good car, so that was nice. Nice new equipment made things a lot easier, and he's been real good at helping us fine tune little adjustments and made it way better.
And your crew chief, just outstanding.
Yeah, I don't really know if we have one crew chief.
No, we all make decisions.
Yeah,
now.
we kind of bounce ideas off each other. It's easier just because he has a little bit different way of thinking than I do, so we different adjustments. But we really didn't adjust a whole lot this year on our car.
How old are you now, Stephen?
25.
Yeah.
Spring chicken.
Yeah.
Papa, if you could go back to 25,
Yeah.
anything you do differently?
Start racing sooner.
Don't you dare lie to me.
You're still 5 years out from getting your first race car at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was even thinking about
6
racing.
years.
6 years.
I was having fun though.
That's how he got his number 31, was because he was 31 years old when he started.
That's where my number come from. That's where his number come from.
Yeah,
26.
Bill took his number, and I said, "How'd you pick your number?" I didn't know what to pick for a number. He goes, "That's how old I was." I said, "Well, I'm 26."
Damn.
That's how I got my number.
I stole
So-
his.
So of all of you, Stephen's the youngest start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by far.
Yeah. So I didn't
That's why he
start-
runs around with two.
Yeah. Technically, that kind of works, don't it?
I'm going to ask you what you're really hoping for next summer, but before I do, what are you hoping that he'll grab next summer?
I just hope he has a good year and just be consistent every week, and where the balls fall, they fall.
Just have fun now.
I just want to make sure he's got the best equipment there is and let him go do his thing.
Papa?
I want him to stay off the wall.
Yeah, knew that one was coming.
He's got
That
fun.
one probably not going to happen on that one.
It'd be all this work for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, what about
He knows about how to do everything else, but stay off the wall. He should do good if he stays
I
off
got
the
no
wall.
expectations. I just want him to have fun.
Just have fun.
Yeah.
Do any of you want to say, I hope that he's safe? We're not even, no one's saying
Because
safe.
I can't worry about
He's
that.
he's gonna be safe. He's in
Matter with you guys?
Well, you put him in the safe thing you can put him in.
Yeah.
You know, equipment and Hans's and
It's amazing.
fire suits.
Amazing.
Well, if he stays off the wall, he'll be safe too.
Someone's
All right.
going to make a drinking game out of this show. Every time you mention stay off the wall, drink.
Steven, what's that one win, man? You got to have it next summer.
I want to get that 200 at Thunder Road. My dad told me not to race it this year because we were so close in the championship, and it worked out better that we did because we didn't know what would have happened in that. But that's the one piece of granite I'm not on, and I want to win that one now. I got Fall Brawl this year, Milk Bowl. I didn't really care for King of the Road as long as I got the Milk Bowl, but I was able to get both. So
You gotta go for
just
the
have
king
one
over
more granite.
Incredible.
I'd like to win the 250 at White Mountain. I finished second in that one, but we'll see. I'm definitely looking forward to hopefully getting our pro stock done by the end of the year and going to Oxford.
Thank you guys ever so much, man. I mean, Bill, thanks for schlepping all the way up here from Rutland.
Thank you.
And coming on. We absolutely love you guys. And you've the Donahue legacy is real. It's huge. It's something that everyone in Vermont embodies and respects you guys for being a racing family that has each other's backs. And you're all very, very talented, each one of you. Were we exceeding the speed limit the other day with the Charger on the interstate?
Oh yeah, I was doing 100 and 110
Come on.
going. I was in fifth gear. I didn't dare go any faster because the bumps on the highway are a little rough with that car. We made it just, they were just barely getting back to the trailer when we rolled through the gate, so we almost made it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
much for coming in here. We had a blast with you,
Yeah.
and we appreciate you so much. Good luck next year, and have a productive winter turning wrenches. We'll see you in the spring.
All right.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Thanks.
Thank you.